Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Confidence is never a question when it comes to wide receivers, and these two are no different. It's Jones's Cardinals going up against Johnson's Vikings. Now let's go to Jim Nantz and Phil Simms for this Week 12 matchup.
The Vikings are back deep, waiting for the kick. The top team in the NFC will start today on defense. They'll be... The Vikings line up now for the point after.
Let's go, guys.
Extra point was good. Just past the 20. We'll mark it at the 22-yard line.
So we've got a young quarterback with some experience stepping onto the field today for the first time.
Yeah, he's got a lot of talent, and it's just a matter of time until he takes that experience and matches it with all of his talent and becomes one of those guys that we say, hey, the game is going to hinge on him. I think he's very close to that.
And now we'll look at the Cardinals offense. A model of efficiency a week ago without a single giveaway. The Cardinals will line up in a full house set. He takes it on the counter. Tackled at the 29-yard line. Imposing their will early on the defense with a solid effort on the ground.
Well, we talk so much, don't we, about the passing game in the NFL, but it's still about who can out-hit the other one, and right now, the offense, they are winning that battle. Nice run.
To the right side. Picks up 8 here.
Well, one of the hardest things to do, and I think, in the NFL now is third and shortest run to football and pick up yards. That time, nice job by the offensive line. They showed their power, and they picked up the first down.
Let's go.
First down at the 37. Couldn't get it past the defensive line. Here's how the Vikings defensive lineup. There they sit in the top 3 in the league against the run. Offense lines up here. The Cardinals from the 37. He's brought down right around the 43-yard line. The Cardinals have a third down coming up. They did a great job a week ago of converting on third down. Nickel formation for the deep receivers stacked up on this play.
Get ready. 188.
3rd and 4. Pass is intercepted. Unstoppable. The 30. Got a big lane. The 10. Touchdown.
You got to love that from your defense. They take a chance. They get the interception. Not only do they do that, they return it a long way for the touchdown.
The point after is good. Dan Carpenter readying his team for the kickoff. And he's out across the 20 and tackled at the 21. They come to the line, and it's first down.
Get ready.
Here's the handoff, and they'll run it. Wide to the left. Brought down after a gain of 6.
Nothing like a good trap play. When you play defensive linemen who like to get up the field a little too quick, let them get up the field, have a pulling guard, knock them out, and then run in there behind them and get those yards.
Get ready.
The Cardinals from the 27. Looking to the right side and throwing. He's tackled beyond the markers. It's a first down.
Quarterback that time realized it was zone coverage. He just waited for the defense to get out of position, and he threw it to the open hole.
Offense lines up here.
The Cardinals from the 32.
The defense gets a sack.
Well, that's a sign of a good defense. When you can sack the quarterback, when you're just rushing the defensive lineman, you don't need any tricks, you don't need any blitzes. Man, that's talent.
Let's go. First and 10.
The Cardinals have it at the 24.
He's got a little bit of daylight here.
Wins there to make the tackle.
First down coming up. First down following the long play. Handoff out of the I formation. Slashes to the left side. Quinn's there to make the stop. Second down now. They bring in the extra tight end. He'll keep it on the play fake. He's got the grab, and he's got the first.
Quarterbacks love play-action passes, especially on first down, because the defense, sometimes they're expecting run. You fake it, easy completion down the field.
The Cardinals have it at the 29. Outside now on the toss.
Got to give the defense some credit. On first down, there's so many things the offense can do. They were ready for that play, and they stopped it.
Second down after going to the ground game the first play. Wide receivers are bunched up. Looking across the middle, brings it into his body. Nice tackle.
Nice catch by the receiver, but it still doesn't get a first down.
This will be the 8th play of this drive. Offense lines up here.
The Cardinals from the 27.
They go to the right side. And he's going to be tackled, and that's going to bring us to fourth down.
Safeties now in the NFL have to cover like a corner, and they got to tackle like a linebacker. And that time the safety came up, and he tackled like a linebacker and stopped that outside run.
End of one.
Offense lines up here.
Well, let's go.
Down at the 27.
They're going to get him here for a sack.
Well, we know one thing. If you're a defensive tackle, you got power. And it was on display that time. Wonderful job by the big fella, busting through there and getting the sack on the QB.
Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a third time. He's brought down at the 20-yard line.
Anytime you get in the red zone, you want to punch it in there and get 7 points. They're being dominated today. They're down more than 7, but don't worry about it. Score here and just keep playing.
Third down and 4. That's a gain of 10.
Well, everybody talks about the pass in the NFL. When it's third and short, you got to man up and be tough and strong. Nice job that time by the offensive line. They let the running back get in there and pick up the first down.
Let's go.
No margin for error from just outside the goal line. Got a hand on it, forcing the incompletion.
Boy, it must be hard just to knock the football down. That time he's in good position because you know the defender wanted to go for the interception, but he played it smart and knocked it down instead.
Offense lines up here. 2nd and goal from the 10 for about 4.
When you get 3rd and goal, a lot of times it just comes down to who's willing to fight the hardest. We'll find out here in a second.
The Vikings come out in the nickel. 3rd and goal at the 6. He's going to get another carry.
Big decision for the coach this time, Jim. You failed on 3rd and goal. What do? Do you go for it? I say you call the play and you try to put up 7 points.
Should be what we call a gimme. And he puts it through for 3.
Yeah, the defense.
The Vikings for the point after. Count it. The Cardinals, I'm sure, wanted to avoid giving up points on that drive just before the half, but now they'll have even a bigger hole to dig themselves out of in this one. The score's 21-6. Just across the 20 and tackled at the 21. First down here. The Cardinals in the pistol formation. Play action. Tackles made. 2nd down. The Cardinals line up in the pistol. Keeps it here. Jones has got the catch and the first. First down here after the completion. The Cardinals come out in the pistol. Keeps it here. He'll throw it over the middle. Here's Sanders. Wins in on the tackle. They're back at the line after that catch for a first down. The Cardinals lined up in the pistol. Keeps it on the play fake. Got a little crease. And now they'll be on the other side of the 50 after this play. The Cardinals signal for a timeout. They have 2 remaining. Offense ready for action coming out of their timeout. They come to the line of scrimmage. First down.
Let's go.
The Cardinals take it from the 43. Airing it out. Almost intercepted.
Every quarterback in the NFL is going to have 1 or 2 passes a game. They can be picked off. Most of the time they're dropped, and this time that was a bad drop by the defense.
It's now 2nd down. 2 tight ends on the field here. Play action fake. Looking to throw. Throws the pass. Almost intercepted that time.
Well, the defense has to be depressed after that play because when you get a chance to get off the field, get a turnover, and get the offense off the field, man, you got to take advantage of situations like that.
Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a 3rd time. It's a dime look for the defense on this play.
Get ready.
The Cardinals take it from the 43. Play fake. Looking across the middle. Can't hold on here as it goes incomplete.
I know he has a lot of talent, but this has to be so frustrating to the quarterback and the coaches too. because when you're wide open like that and drop that pass, that's tough to take.
The Cardinals are ready to return the kickoff.
And the tackle's made right around the 25-yard line. The Cardinals break huddle and start from the 25. Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a third time. And he'll go to the left. Brought down just 2 yards shy of the first down marker.
When you have a defense that's not playing good techniques, they're selling out, overplaying plays. Well, you run the counter runs to counteract what they're doing on the defensive side.
The Cardinals take it from the 33. And that's a gain of 9. They're able to move the chains after that last run. The Vikings defense now is going to go nickel. They're going to stay on the ground. And that's a big-time tackle that keeps them 3 yards short of the first down marker.
When you run the football like this and you show toughness, there is no doubt when you fake it and try to throw the football down the field, the quarterback's going to have all day to get it done.
2nd and 3.
Another handoff right back to him. In the end, it picks up only a yard.
Number 31 gets the ball. 1 yard gain on the play.
3rd and 2 here after the run. Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a third time. That picks up 11.
You just can't hide his talent. There's a reason why he's a top rusher in the NFL every single week. And even today, another good run, good vision, and also a lot of talent to pick up those big yards.
Out to the left. Brought down at the 29. And here's a stat line that comes as a surprise to no one, Phil. This running back getting it done once again on the ground.
No surprise, that is right. Listen, this team practices the running game. They are tough. That's why they get it done week in and week out.
He's tackled beyond the markers. It's a first down. Phil, today we've seen a running back who was putting up some big rushing totals.
Jim, sometimes I get tired of talking about the quarterbacks and wide receivers, how well they're doing. What a good change of pace to watch the game evolve around a running back. And, man, this guy is taking advantage of those opportunities. Anytime your team is down, you're inside the other team's red zone, you look for one of your star players, your quarterback, wide receiver, or running back. They need to make a big play here.
And that's a gain of 10.
If you're going to be in the top 10 in rushing yards for the season, you've got to get big gains. And once again, we see a big gain by this running back who has it all.
On this passing down, the defense comes out in the nickel.
He'll pick up 7 this time.
If I'm on the defense and the offense is this close to scoring, I'll tell you what I'm doing. I am sending everybody. I am going to gamble that it is a run. If they have the courage to throw it,
Runs it across. Touchdown.
I think everybody in the stadium, they knew where this football was going, didn't they? It was going to one of the best running backs in the NFL. You give it to him near the goal line, he'll find a way to get in there.
Handoff made. So they give up the touchdown, but they do not allow the 2-point play.
The Vikings are going to punt the football.
And no return as this goes for a touchback.
The Cardinals offense ready now to see what it can do. Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a third time. It's away from the stack. Look at the rushing totals for both sides. Neither defense has had much luck slowing down the run.
Well, it's not about luck. It's about trying hard. It's about want to, and I do not see that from the defensive side. That's why the offenses are having so much success running the football here today.
Offense lines up here. 1st and 10. Still got it after the play action. Has space. He knew exactly where he had to go to pick up the first. So 3 quarters in the books, and you're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Offense lines up here. The running back goes in motion. Here is the first snap of the final quarter. They bring him down at the 41-yard line. Looking ahead, the Cardinals will be on the road in St. Louis next week, while the Vikings will be on the road in Detroit. That was a nice reception, but not enough for the first down. 2nd down coming up. Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a third time. Breaks free. And Alonso in on the tackle. The Vikings lead, and all you have to do is look at the turnover ratio, and that tells the story, Phil.
It sure does. And listen, everybody calls them turnovers. Well, let's look at this game here. I call it takeaways. They are taking the football away from the offense. What a job by the defense.
Offense lines up here. The Cardinals from the 37, staying on the ground. They get to him just in time, 1 yard shy of the first down. As we look at the matchup at running back, hard to find fault in anything either one of these guys has done today.
Yeah, this is unique. This is fun to watch. You got a close game, and usually at this time we go, well, it's going to come down to the quarterbacks. Well, not today. It's going to come down to these running backs.
2nd down and 1. Has 12 on this play.
Like we've seen all year long, there's a reason why this guy's the top rusher in the NFL. He just every single week finds ways to have games like this. Big yards picked up on that play.
Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a third time. That brings the play to an end.
The Cardinals, they can do it all. Once they get in the red zone, they have the passes, the screens. They can throw it down to the back of the end zone. And how about that play? They can run the football right at you if they want to. And that time they picked up some good yards on that run.
Good piece of tackling.
Well, that last play almost got them in here. And when you look at this, what do? Well, you just want to punch it in. There's a lot of different scenarios. You could do a play-action fake, probably get somebody wide open, or have a running back just jump over the top for the touchdown.
1st and goal from the 3. Gives it, and he's in!
You got to give the offensive line just a lot of credit. It's 1st and goal. They just line up and power the football in there. Nice run, but a great job by the O-line.
The defense needs a big stop here. Defense a chance as we're running low on time. And this one taken down at the 39. The Vikings are behind right now, and you see the numbers are giving up a lot of yardage on the ground, and it stands out because it's so out of character for this unit.
The tempo of this game is being set by the offensive side, the way they are running. They got all the situations in their favor, and the defense can't get them in those obvious passing situations. There's nothing like big running plays for an offense. It just makes the offensive lineman feel powerful, gives great confidence to the play caller. There's a reason why this guy's in the top 10 rushing yards so far this season.
2 minutes to go in the second half. 3rd and 2 here after the run. Nickel formation here for the defense. They feed it to him one more time. That's a gain of 8. No surprise, they immediately call the timeout. New set of downs now after picking up the first on the ground. Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a 3rd time. Another carry here. The tackle was made, and they'll try to conserve time here with this timeout.
Defense.
They went with the ground game on 1st down, bringing up 2nd. Running formation here. Offense in the full house set. Feeds him again.
He just shows no signs of slowing down, does he, Jim? He's the top rusher in the NFL so far this year. And once again today, he is making it happen. Beautiful run for big yards.
First down here after the run. Here they come back to the line after picking up over 20 yards on that last play. They'll stay on the ground on 1st down. They immediately call for a timeout. After running it, it's 2nd down. Coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a 3rd time. They hand it off to him again, able to take the football out to the 28-yard line.
My man has been a workhorse all season long. He loves to carry the football. The offense keeps giving it to him. Big reason why he's in the top 10 in rushing attempts so far this year.
The defense comes out in the nickel. Wide receivers stacked up on this play.
Let's go.
3rd and 7. He'll throw it over the middle. He's stacked up at that point.
Well, this game is close. This offense has got a lead. They're down in the red zone. Got to be very careful in situations like this.
Now, the next snap from inside the red zone, where a week ago they starred as a team. The Vikings defense brings in an extra member of the secondary. They'll go nickel. And that's a gain of 13. Within 50 yards now of the single-season rush yardage record, Phil. How badly must he want to get it done here today?
Oh, of course he wants to get it done today. That way he doesn't have to answer the questions. And when the game is over, he can enjoy.
He's in the end zone. Touchdown.
What a job by the offense. So little time left to drive down the field.
And this will probably wrap things up here. They'll go ground. Touchdown at the end. Memorable game this truly was. For Phil Simms, Danielle Bellini, and Larry Ridley, Jim Nance saying so long for now, and we leave you with the GMC Never Say Never moment of the game.